Sometimes I really be showing off and flexing. Sometimes I just be passing time every few moments or seconds by practicing rhymes. Because that's what life is about for dudes such as I. Especially for the kind of dude who I am, which is like this creature here. You see this creature here? You see this creature, right? What's up? What's up? I love you. You see this creature, right? I'm one of those. I'm one of those. I spell it SKWERL. That's my first graffiti name back in the day on the chalkboards and stuff at Ralph J. Bunch Academy of Art Forms and whatnot. Technology and other types of science that you gotta be knowing if you want to be as smart as I am. Otherwise, you won't be going. I hit my head on a tree on camera, and I feel like that's some dopeness that I appreciate and don't take for granted, because honestly, silly stuff like that is just little enjoyable things about life. Bump my head on a tree branch, and I'm on camera freestyling. I don't know. For some odd reason, I find that kind of purifying. It brings me a sense of peace of mind. The fact that I would enjoy and receive the time to laugh at something such as this thing that's happening right here before this wilderness individual exploring. Have you ever played a game on Nintendo Switch? Or was it 3DS actually, to be more specific? Actually, the word I'm looking for is correct. Have you played Final Fantasy Explorers on Nintendo 3DS? Nintendo 3DS, motherfucking Final Fantasy Explorers. And you can like combine pieces of monsters together based on monsters that you've defeated and or captured, however that works. And you walk up to the motherfucking desk or the counter, and the girl behind the counter go, "Monster!" And that bitch hella funny. Monster! That shit hella funny, the way she say that like that. I like that game. You know me, I have my motherfucking Buster Sword. Because I don't know. Because I don't know. When I play a video game and a dude's name is Cloud, and it's a dude with a sword that fly around like a demon, I feel like that's me for some reason. But back in the day, I called myself Kurosura Ninja, because not just because I'm a fan of Kingdom Hearts, and also as a fan of hip-hop and an MC also. I did something that a lot of hip-hop artists do, where they feel inspired by a character in works of fiction that they identify with, such as MF Doom, for example, right? Dr. Doom, Jean Grey, like Jean Grey from the X-Men comics, right? I was like, I like Kingdom Hearts. It's like probably literally my favorite game. I'm going to name myself after Sora. And I'm black, so I'm Kuro Sora. But also because there was a point in my life when I was going through some things I won't explore much, because it's painful and traumatic and that sort of stuff, right? But what I will say is I dealt with that turmoil by waiting for nighttime, the sun to descend, and for the moon to rise and the sky to turn black. Because when the sky turns black, that's who I feel like I am. When the sky turns black, that's who I feel like I am, right? The black sky. I look up at the sky at night when it's dark and black like that, and I said, hey, that's me. So I should never doubt myself, because I must be powerful to be that, or to come from that, or to be a part of that, or to have, exactly. So that's me. But you could just call me Shinobi, spelled differently than my favorite word in Japanese, but also means the same thing and pronounced the same. Shin, which is Chinese for God or spirit, and Obi, which is Igbo. Did I pronounce my language right? Igbo. It's Igbo. I did pronounce it right, but I doubt myself or pretend to because I'm the Black Panther and I tricked you. So that's why. And now listen, Igbo. Obi. The name Obi means heart. 5H3N081. God heart. H3N081. That's my name. Shinobi. Godheart. I'm proud of that. And that's my two ethnic backgrounds, West African and Chinese. So of course I use those languages and they combine together to sound like the Japanese word, which is synonymous for ninja. And coincidentally, my middle name is Dante, which is what? The perseverance. You see this kanji that looks like a letter R? Or somebody running really fast or something like that? That means perseverance. That means shinobi. That means nin. Ninja. Now, what does ja mean? I don't know. I thought it meant like the same thing as jin, like person. Or like moku jin means wooden person. I like to call myself Kenzoku Jin, meaning metal person, because I'm hella metal. Or for example, Super Saiyajin, a Saiyajin, which I also am, a Kuro Saiyajin, a Black Saiyan. You know the legend of the Black Saiyans on the internet. My family from many places, especially I think the mid of West or someplace like that. I think that place where Chief Keef says Infinito he's gonna go blow up. Yeah. Have you been to New Jersey? Have you been to New York? Have you been to motherfucking wherever we do sports and play sports and motherfucking create forces of nature that can't be destroyed? Nigga, cause words is complicated. And by the way, I need to research the definition of finito. It sounds French or something, but I'm not quite sure, to be quite honest with you. But hey, I'm a honest ninja, but I'm gonna lie if I have to, because I'm a god of mischief. I did the best I can, and I'm not so finished. You see my Star Wars shirt? You see my motherfucking pirate's necklace from the Caribbeans? Cause a nigga really lived like this. And so, I just be saying anything to keep the camera going because I'm addicted to being on film and stuff, like being awesome. I don't know, I just like cool angles, and I know I look cool like a superhero should. Do I think I'm a superhero? Perhaps. I think perhaps an anti-hero, or just a dude trying to do the best he can to help whoever the fuck is out here around in the world nearby. Or not. Because I'm not nice to everybody, but I am a good person. I just got a lot of psychological problems. For example, business that's not y'all's, because I need to go talk to some type of motherfucking professional. Such as myself, for example. I'm a professor. Professor Sporadic. I call myself because I'm goddamn hella random. I remember that's the first MC name I ever had. And it's really important because you know why. I'm just a random dude. I think the reason I'm so like just hella sporadic is because of like watching cartoons on Nickelodeon, like Invader Zim, for example, or just silly stuff like that, where it's just like people say something crazy out the woodwork and it's just like hella funny. And then as a kid, you just kind of be like, that's the way to be. I feel like that's the way to be. Like, I can't think of an exact quote right now, or maybe I could, but I won't tell you. You never know, I might be an alien myself. The Urkin Empire is terrifying, if I do say so myself. That's one invasion I am not prepared for. Because to be quite honest, who knows? That's one of my exercises as an actor, by the way. I like to do stuff like, I just walk around and imagine myself as an Urkin, like physically, like with green skin and antenna and purple eyes and things like that. Just to practice the art of visualization to get into the character that I need to be and finna be, and however the fuck I'm trying to say this. Because I kick freestyles and teach lessons. I gotta be perfect at making it express clearly. By the way, you know what? You know what's a name I like? I'm a big fan of names. Like, the name Sinclair means a clear sign. It's a French name. That's a French name. Almost like my name. My name is Italian. My middle name is Italian. I read online somewhere that Dante with an O is Italian, Dante with an A is French. I like to, when I write my name, I put the O with the A inside of the circle. So it's the anarchy symbol with the O. So spelling it right either way. Spelling my name correctly either way it go. Now listen, as I say in Sinclair, that's a French name, which means clear sign. And I learned that from this book I got at the Oakland Library called Pop Gun War, which is about a little kid named Sinclair who is like, he finds some angel wings somewhere and he just fly around getting into interesting situations out there. And that's a good book I read back in the day. I love libraries. Like, I'm passionate about libraries. Like, I'm hella passionate about libraries. Richmond Library, I swear to God, did a lot for me. This one in Central specifically. Because let me tell you this message from the almighty Ninja King. I gotta remember to speak Spanish because I'm a practitioner of Lucha Libre. It's important. The same reason I speak Cantonese and practice Kung Fu, the same reason I speak Japanese and practice Ninjutsu. Exactly. Whatever fighting style you learn, you must embrace that culture, learn the language, eat the food of that culture, eat the way that those people eat, talk how they talk, be that culture, to embrace the sport. I've read that somewhere, and I think it was about Kung Fu specifically, or maybe about karate. Point is that I'm saying is, I gotta be who I'm being in order to be true to what I've dedicated my life to, because I never back down from a mission in terms of like life goals. You see what I'm talking about, right? I never ever quit. I just might take a break for just a little bit. Just a little bit. Just a little while. Maybe I feel bad now, but I might feel better tomorrow. And if I do, I'll get back on the board, pick up the microphone, grab some spray cans, fill my backpack with all kinds of art supplies, and cause mayhem in the world that involves all of our awesome lives. You feel what I'm saying to you motherfuckers on this wonderful, bright, sunny, awesome night? Speaking of night, I'm the darkest one there is. I'm the hardest in the business. Just got back from an alternate dimension. I thought that was a freestyle, but that's actually something I wrote a while back ago, now that I think of it. Back when I was living in San Jose, and I had this bright red speaker on me that looked like some type of old school radio from the 70s that you would see like at mail somewhere or something. And I was riding around on a motherfucking skateboard, listening to Pain, which is one of my favorite bands ever. If you know about Jabberjaw and Cartoon Network Groovies and stuff like that back in the day, that's inspired who we be all these years later for so many reasons. Now listen, Mitsumeru is Skuchula. I love using that when I rhyme stuff because those are the two languages I need to study most, along with Cantonese and Mandarin and a whole host of whatever else can be ever said. Because I'm hella metal, I'm always alive and never dead. But I died a long time ago. I'm an Onryo. You know the legend of the dude with the cat? So it's a dude with a cat, right? And the cat got the same name as the dude who got otter weasel. Think about that. That's why I became obsessed with becoming a sage of all dark eco, because I see connections and stories and works of fiction that I studied that I enjoy watching, because I love those stories for lots of reasons. Because, I don't know, Grudges, ask me my favorite horror movie other than probably Jason Voorhees at the Crystal Lake with a hockey mask. I mean, I'm a fan of that movie because, like, he badass. He like Terminator. He like zombie Terminator with a hockey mask. That's dope. You feel me? Now, I was talking about really though, The Grudge is really my favorite number one. No disrespect to any other movie out there that ever was, but I just like stuff that's funny. I feel like if I was a ghost, I would do the same thing the little kid be doing in that movie, sneaking up on people, making silly noises like meow, sneaking up on people, being a cat, making cat sounds. It's hilarious to me. And you know what I thought about too? Well, they be like, and it makes sense because cats purr. But look though, I heard the kid in the movie is a ghost because he had drowned in a bathtub, and when he drowned in the bathtub, his cat was in the bathtub with him, and that's why as a ghost he makes cat sounds, because his soul and his basically fused with the cat. Is my theory at least. Obviously that seems to be the way that works. So now, look though, the cat's name is Mar. Guess who else's name is Mar? The ruler of Haven City in the Jack and Daxter series. And I find that incredibly fascinating and interesting. And I was like, the dark eco is kind of similar to the energy of the Onryo if you pay attention to the visual presentation of this element that I speak of. I'm obsessed with darkness, so I seek it. And that's what side I'm on. Yeah, if you know the meaning, but you do not. And you never will. Unless I allow you. Or someone else tells you. Good luck with that. Boosh! Welcome to who knows? The world is a magical place.